The NSO is a full symphony orchestra, so about 70 people, and we play all sorts of music from classical, Mozart, right through up to really, really modern music, film music, and it's a great fun place to be. People are really friendly, the conductor's good fun, and so we really enjoy rehearsals, but we take concerts very seriously.
I would describe Northampton Symphony Orchestra as a very talented, semi-professional orchestra. I say semi-professional because we've got a lot of people who are teachers, we've got people who are former professional players, and then you've got people who've really studied at the music centre here in Northampton. And so they've had really great teaching and really developed their skills. And sometimes they've gone away to university and then come back to town and are able to join the orchestra.
The NSO is a full symphony orchestra, so we can do, if you like, sort of big works. It's not like playing in a chamber orchestra where you're restricted to things like Mozart. We can play more or less anything. So we have a very wide repertoire, and one of the nice things about the orchestra is that we're always playing things that I've never heard of, and the audience enjoys that as well.
The history of the orchestra is astonishing because we're almost 125 years old, which is extraordinary. And in that time, there's been some very, very famous musicians have come through Northampton's ranks. Probably the most famous is the composer Malcolm Arnold, who people may know from the film scores, Bridge on the River Kwai, Inn of Six Happiness, the one we played at the concert recently. He played trumpet in the orchestra. Then there's other composers who've grown up in Northampton who are gone on to have very distinguished careers, as the film composer William Alwyn, and then an English symphonist called Edmund Rubra, who's a bit out of fashion at the moment, but he went on to be Professor of Music at Oxford.
The orchestra brings people together from a very wide area. We're not just Northampton players, so it's drawing people from a big area and from all over the town. Many of them come from out of town. Some of them have quite long journeys and moving up from Milton Keynes area to come and play. So people want to come and play in our orchestra because it's a good orchestra.
I'd say there's a huge wide range of people that join the orchestra, from people who've come up through the music system in Northampton, who played in the youth orchestras here and who've sort of stayed around, through to people like me who've moved here from other places and are normal sort of working people, through to people who are retired, and you know, it's a sort of extra hobby for them to keep them busy.
It's kind of like a family in a way, so it's always good to come back and play with the same people week in, week out, and we kind of get to know each other really well. The vast array of the music that we play is so varied. That's what keeps me coming back, really, because no two concerts are ever going to be the same.
I personally really enjoy the challenge, and I think everyone else is as well. It's taking us out of our comfort zones and making us better musicians, which is awesome, really. I think we're quite advanced for an amateur orchestra.